A man ended up living on the moon together with a kangaroo. When his co-workers evacuated the moon, he was wearing headphones and listening to music, completely unaware of what was happening. By the time he realized something was wrong, the evacuation was already underway. He quickly jumped into a lunar rover and chased after them in panic. At first, it seemed that the main group was still there, but just as he spoke, he watched the entire group lift off together. Only the final rocket had not ignited yet, so he immediately turned around and rushed toward it. However, meteor fragments interfered with the communication system, and no one received his desperate calls for help. By an unfortunate coincidence, the two co-workers seated next to him both suffered stiff necks at the same time and failed to notice that he was missing. In order to save time, the man chose to take a shortcut and attempted to jump across what he believed was a lunar crater. Only after flying into the air did he realize it was not a crater at all, but a vast basin. When he finally struggled back up to the surface, the last rocket had already taken off. Soon after, countless meteor fragments rained down on the moon like a shower of stars. The man ran left and right in a frantic attempt to avoid them, but was still knocked flat by the impacts. He sprinted toward a distant crater, believing that two shells could never land in the same hole. The violent shock knocked him unconscious, so he never noticed a massive meteor passing over his head and heading straight toward Earth. When he woke up again, he witnessed the meteor strike Earth with his own eyes. He repeatedly tried to contact Earth, but received no response at all. He had become the sole survivor. Fortunately, the supplies at the lunar base were enough to support him living alone for the rest of his life. He began to indulge himself, but the overwhelming loneliness soon pushed him to search for companionship. One day, he discovered a living creature inside the warehouse. He rushed over in excitement, only to be struck heavily on the head by a kangaroo. Through these awkward encounters, the two gradually formed a deep bond. The next day, while the man was resting on the ground, the communication system suddenly came back to life. There were still survivors on Earth, and his co-workers had never stopped trying to reach him. Just as hope returned, terrible news followed. Another meteor was heading toward Earth. Without hesitation, the man decided to use his return capsule to destroy it. He placed the kangaroo into an evacuation pod, said his final goodbye, and flew toward the incoming meteor, choosing to give his own life to protect everyone on Earth.